Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How y'all doing? Howdy, kids? I'm QtheCostaRican, and today we have a bit of a different bit of a different video than we're normally used to. So we are doing a tier list on the Battle Stadium Singles Series 1 3v3. Did I already say singles rank battles tier list? Basically based on viability. As you can see, I've already put what I consider to be the meta into the old list, because everything kind of revolves around the meta. You know what I mean? Everything is only as good as it is at beating the meta. And if you look at these Pokemon on here, these are the best of the best. You're gonna see a lot of these. These are the Pokemon you're gonna see the most. Once you get to the end, it's kind of like a bit like Mimikyu, Palafin, Grimmsnarl are probably right on the cusp of being meta and not meta, and so we'll see where everything stacks up against that. Let's just get started. Why not? If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button, like the video, and let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more tier list videos such as this. We have the not allowed tier, which is all the Paradox Pokemon, which, spoilers, allegedly come February they will be allowed. Kind of crazy. So that's pretty cool. We just gotta wait out the month of January, and then boom, February comes around, we will be using Paradox Pokemon. So that's pretty dope. So, let's go. Up first, we have the homie Venomoth. Now, I've actually, I feel like I have fought against Venomoth. I was going to put it in the never seen it. But it has a bit of a niche. I think I did lose to it, clicking Hypnosis. So that's kind of funny. So we are actually going to put it in either the too cheesy or never seen it tier. And I'm actually going to go for the never seen it, because I feel like I haven't seen it, but I also feel like I could have seen it. But it definitely has some sort of niche. I believe it gets Tinted Lens, which is a really good ability. Quiver Dance, access to a sleep move. Kind of crazy. It might get Sleep Powder and not Hypnosis, or it might get both. I do not remember. I don't know everything. But I do know the Venomoth is not good. Now, up next, we have Cloyster. We'll put that in decent. It's not bad. Anyone who can Shell Smash is a good Pokemon, especially when things like White Herb and the Focus Sash are in the game, which really enable Cloyster to do such a thing. I only ever used Cloyster once or twice, and when I did use it, I never used it correctly. But if I had, it could have swept on turn 1 on multiple occasions. So, not a bad Pokemon. If a Pokemon can sweep on turn 1 without any Unaware being present, that's always really good for ya boy. Up next, very easy. Chansey, never seen it. Quite literally, have never seen it. Grafaiai, decent. We'll put it in the decent tier. I did use it once on the mono normal team, I believe. And even though I ironically ran SD 2 attacks, it actually kind of popped off. It was pretty good. So we'll put that in the decent. Nothing crazy. Definitely has a role to play. It can have Burden, it can have Prankster. It's not bad, you know. It's not good, but it's not bad. I think we'll put it in the decent tier. Gets knockoff and all that good stuff. Up next, we have Fire type Tauros, which I'm going to put in the really good tier. Look at it, and then look at the meta. It actually doesn't do much to it, but it's pretty decent for the cat. Can OHKO the cat, as well as tank moves from it. Same with Volcarona. Can't OHKO it unless you're like Bandit or something. Something crazy, actually. But you can definitely switch into it, and without it being Terra Blast Water, you kind of wall Volcarona, most Volcarona sets. Can click super effective move on Hydreigon even if they Terra Steel, which just so happens to be the most popular Terra type for Hydreigon, so pretty good for that. Also outspeeds it with base 100 speed, so pretty good outspeeding almost everything in the meta, minus Garchomp the cat and Dragapult. So pretty good Pokemon. So yeah, we're just gonna put it in the really good tier. Glamora was on the cusp of the meta tier. If you would have asked me the week 1 when this game first came out, I'm going to take a drink because your boy is thirsty. If you would ask me week 1, I would have said, of course it's in the meta. But it's actually not. It's just really good. It gets up Toxic Debris. Those comments said it's Focus Sash, but as the game has unfolded, I've seen people run Scarf. I've seen people run Specs. I've seen people run AV. So, who knows? You know, it's a good Pokemon. Gets access to Hazard Control and Mortal Spin. Gets access to Spikes, Stealth Rocks, T-Spikes, all that good stuff. Hits really hard, has really dummy good coverage. Really good coverage for the meta. D-Gleam, Earth Power, Energy Ball, D-Gleam once again, Sludge Wave, Power Gem, nothing to hit Hydreigon, Dazzling Gleam before it Terras. Energy ball, energy ball, energy ball, and a move, a no moves, screw that thing, energy ball, sludge wave. It's just a good Pokemon. Can live a Palafin hit because it's Focus Sash usually. It's just good. Gyarados, we'll put Gyarados in the decent tier. Probably above these guys. Its sweeping potential is there. Moxie sweeps aren't necessarily a thing in 3v3s, or at least not as prevalent and or a problem as one would assume it is, with Moxie being as a good ability. But I mean, it's out here. I've seen Intimidate with Dragon Dance. I ran Intimidate with Dragon Dance. I've seen Intimidate with special capabilities. Never knock Gyarados. Gen 1er, but it's still pretty good. We have the Ditto up next. I'm putting that in the too cheesy. I don't think I've ever seen it either, but it's also just a bit too cheesy to try and pull off. So we're just going to have the homie. I'm sure there's a meta, like once the Paradox Mons get released, I could see Ditto usage skyrocketing, honestly. Because it's looking like they're not going to limit the Paradox Mons. It's looking like you can run 6 Paradox Mons if you want to. Up next, we have Vaporeon, which I don't think I've ever actually seen. So I'm going to put it in the never seen it. If I have seen it, I don't really think it's done much. I feel like I might have been walled by Vaporeon once or twice. So I should put it in the decent tier, but we're just going to put it in never seen it. Jolteon, we'll put in decent. Not really much to explain there. Same with Flareon, haven't seen much of it. Now, Azumarill was another honorable mention for meta, because like I said, if you had to ask me in week 1 if this was a meta Pokemon, I would have said hell yeah. But now it's kind of just really good. Can kind of switch into Garchomp potentially, depending on the set, of course. Most people runs super bulky Chomp, so not necessarily definitely a better switch into bulky Chomp versus like offensive Chomp. AV can surprisingly live hits against like Goldengo and this Rotom here. I'm gonna put it in really good tier. Aqua Jet or Liquidation for this guy, Aqua Jet for this guy if it gets out of hand, Liquidation for this guy. Play Rough, Banded doesn't really do much of this guy, gets stopped by this guy. But yeah, I don't know, good Pokemon. Probably like this if I had, yeah. No, like this. There we go. We're gonna put it in order. Jumpluff, never seen it, never heard of her. Sunflora, same shit. Espeon, decent, probably better than Flareon, and a little bit better than Jolteon. Umbreon, I hate this Pokemon. Too cheesy. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. It should go in this tier. I hate it. It's going in the too cheesy tier. Same with Murkrow, even though I've never seen it. Slowking, decent. Not bad. Pretty good at setting the snow for a Titan and things of that nature. Could probably tank some hits, but I have also almost never seen it. I did run it once or twice, and it was pretty fun. But we'll put him at the end of the decent tier. Up next, we have Ursaring. Eviolite Ursaring is a thing, but we are going to put it in the never seen it tier right here. Put Chansey there. Espartha, way too cheesy. It's good, though. It is really good. It actually is, like, really good. And I should put it in this tier because even if it's not, like, Protect, Calm Mind, Stored Power, the Luminous Crash that Specs or Scarf is, or probably Specs more likely, is just as devastating. Man's signature ability can lower your, does lower your special defense -2 stages, guaranteed every time. It's kind of busted, kind of silly. I do want to put it in the too cheesy, but it is also really good. We'll put it at the top of decent. We'll probably end up moving that one around. Flamigo, we'll put it at decent. Probably just as good as that, I suppose. Rabska, I only ever used Rabska once or twice. It was really fun as a Trick Room setter. And you know what? Because of that, I'm just going to put it in the decent tier. It's actually really good. It's actually like surprisingly really good. We'll put it right here. Pelipper, probably same thing, honestly. Wasn't really like too overwhelmed. Or too like, what's the word I'm looking for? Too like, oh my god, this is a good Pokemon. You know what I mean? When I used it, it was really, it just set up the rain for the homies and did what it needed to do. Not a bad Pokemon. We have, I forgot what this Pokemon's called, but it's a bug flying type that can set webs. Masquerain gets access to Quiver Dance, which you think would be pretty cool, but with all the unaware Pokemon running around, is it all that cool? Really, it's really not. Doesn't hit as hard as you would want a special attacker to hit in this meta. It's definitely not too cheesy, so I'm gonna put it in just never seen it. I don't think I've ever seen it, but we'll put it at the right next to the other Quiver Dancer. Breloom. I hate this Pokemon for the freaking life of me, and it's actually in meta. the meta is mainly composed of Pokemon that, like, when you build your team, especially of Pokemon that, like, when you're using, like, that are in these tiers, not the not allowed tier, obviously, you always got to think, okay, how do we beat this? How do we beat that? How do we beat Pult? How do we not lose the E-Speed spam? How do we not lose the Spore Breloom? How do we not, you know what I mean? How do we not lose these things? It definitely is meta. I'm glad I remembered that I wanted to put that in the meta tier. Up next, Sableye. Never seen it, really. It is good, though. It does get access to screens this generation, which I think a lot of people haven't realized yet. I just now realized it. Well, not just now, but I saw somebody using it in a Showdown Live, and I was like, oh, it gets screens. Never knew. That's kind of crazy, because I always wanted to use Prankster screens last gen, and it didn't have it. So I was like, oh, now it got it. Up next, we have the Homie Camera Up. We'll put that right here. Never seen it. It's probably good. Torkoal, wouldn't say it's meta-defining, but definitely really good. Either really good or decent. I think for now, we'll put it in the decent tier, but at the best, probably right next to the guy, because it's a really good Pokemon, and especially when the Paradox Pokemon come out. Oh my god, Torkoal will be just as meta as it is in doubles. It's gonna be meta in singles when the Paradox Mons come out. Even right now, it's still pretty good. Setting up Scovillian, setting up any other fire type, it's pretty crazy. So now we have Grumpig. We ended up actually using Grumpig with the homies on the randomized Master Ball to the Top series. It was pretty fun, but definitely I wouldn't put it in decent. Outside of me using it, I'm gonna put it in never seen it because I haven't seen it. Same thing with Banette. All of them can hang out. Salamence, we'll put in the decent tier. I wouldn't say it's really good, but it's also not bad. We'll put it right next to the other Moxie Sweeper. Staraptor. I really like Staraptor, and especially against the meta. Just base 100 speed is just really good. But this man, Reckless, Choice Band, Brave Bird. Need I say more? It's such a good Pokemon. It might go at the tip top of decent. Because it's not really good, but it is good. So we'll put it at like the tip top of decent. Probably above the Ostrich. It's looking more like this. It's the tip top of decent. Cricketune, definitely never seen it. We'll put it next to the other bugs. Pachirisu, once again, never seen it. We'll put you at the front because you're a winner. Gastrodon, probably decent. We'll put it next to the other bulky water. Probably has more. It's looking probably has more of a role to play in terms of setting up the snow. So we'll put that behind it. I definitely have seen it before, but never like to a crazy extent. It does get access to Yawn, so it's one of the Yawn users. So it still has that in its repertoire, if for nothing. You know, Yawn, Recover, Dual Stabs, and/or Ice Beam with Chilling Water or something of that nature could probably suffice with Gastrodon. I keep wanting to call it Gardevoir. Up next, Miss Magus. I have used Miss Mag a little bit. Nothing crazy. Probably just decent. Probably on par with we'll say these guys. And honestly, we're gonna move Espeon up because yeah, we're going to move Espeon up right here. Boom. Because Espeon gets access to screens. And it's just a harder hitter than most of these other guys. Honchkrow. I've actually never seen any Honchkrow usage, but I want to, so I'm putting it up there. Lucario. Nothing crazy. Pretty decent. We'll say as decent as, let's say, a Flamiger's. Sounds about right. Toxicroak. Also never seen it, but right at the top. Lumineon. Never seen it. Leafeon. Put you in decent. Right behind Flareon, just because I've seen Flareon more than I've seen Leafeon. Glade, also in the decent tier. Put it right next to this guy. Scarf is really good. I really wanted to try out like agility, either weakness policy or agility, just like, you know, 3 attacks. Just seems like a fun set. Frostlass, another trickster. We'll put it next to Miss Mag. I think I'm actually gonna end up putting Rabska like right here, I think. And maybe this way. I think I got way more use out of Glade, so we're going to put it up. We're actually going to put you like right here. Rotom Heat. Pretty honorary member of the meta because, you know, Rotom Wash, Rotom Heat's pretty much right around the corner. Not as widely used. We're going to put it in decent because it's not necessarily really good. A lot of Pokemon in the meta kind of deal with it pretty well. Rotom Wash deals with it. Garchomp kind of doesn't deal with it, but definitely can tank hits from it. Same with the guy here. Same with Hydreigon before it Terra Steals. And probably decent for this guy as well. So yeah, I will put it at the tip top of decent. Really good tier actually being hard to get into. Up next, we have Rotom, which is in the same category as Rotom Heat. Probably not as good as Torkoal, though, if I had to be honest. And not as reliable as Staraptor, either. We might end up moving some Pokemon from decent to really good. And I think the first one is going to be Torkoal. It's just that good. It's good enough for me. Rotom Fan, I actually never seen it, so I'll put it at the tip top. I've never seen it. I'm actually going to put Honchkrow at the beginning, though, because I really want to see Honchkrow. Lilligant. I'm going to say too cheesy. Gets Quiver and Sleep Powder. That's just me. That seems good. Basculin, never seen it. Crocodile, not bad. Probably has a place with the Moxie Sweepers. Haven't seen too much of it. I have used it once, but to no avail. So we'll put you next to Lucario, because why not? Zoroark, pretty fun. Can hang with the Tricksters, I guess. So probably has a same amount of viability as such. So we'll put you right here next to Espeon. List getting a little too long here, buddies. Let's go. Gothitelle, a little too cheesy. Sawsbuck, never seen it. Amoonguss, I hate this Pokemon, a little too cheesy, but still pretty good. Same with a little Num Nums. Electros, I will say is decent, even though I've never seen it. Haxorus, right at the tail end of decent. Never seen Beartic. We are flying through these. Never seen Cryogonal. Almost never seen Braviary, so we'll put it there. Talonflame, decent. Vivillon, never seen it. Put it next to the other Quiver Dancers. Where is it? Next to the other Quiver Dancers. Pyroar, never seen it, but I want to use it soon. Florges, kind of the same thing. Never seen it. So nothing crazy. We'll put Go-Go next to Sawsbuck, because we also have never seen it. Dragalge, not bad. We saw it against like Mono Dragon once. I don't think it was anything overly crazy. But it's also, this tier list is also like kind of subject to opinion. It's kind of strongly opinion based. But regardless, we might get rid of this loaded dice tier. It was funny, and we were gonna put Baxcalibur there, but we're not gonna anymore. The homie Clawitzer, I really like this Pokemon. I want to put it at the tip top of decent, but it's almost, for me, on the cusp of really good. It kind of deals a lot with the meta. It kind of can like get off strong water pulses against pretty much everything in the meta tier. But you know what? You're right. It's probably just right at the top of decent. Probably not insanely good. We'll just put it right at the tip top of decent. Let's see. We have Sylveon, which is on the cusp of meta, but also just really good. Definitely the easily the best evolution. So it has that going for it. Hyper Voice just really good. Wish Spam, Calm Mind, because its massive Spadef stat is pretty insane. Calm Mind, Draining Kiss is a set. Could definitely mess around and just win. Hawlucha, haven't really seen too much of it, but it's definitely decent. We'll put it near the other birds. No, we won't. We're gonna put it like down here with this guy's. Yeah, we'll put it next to this bird. It's just as good. Goodra, really like Goodra. It's also decent. Probably just as decent as, we'll say these guys. Boom. Klefki. Haven't really seen a whole lot of Klefki. Definitely gets some screens action. That could be good for 3v3s. It gets T-Spikes. I guess that, not really T-Spikes. It gets Spikes. It might get T-Spikes, actually. I actually don't know. But, Klefki, not really all that crazy. We'll put it in decent. No, we'll put it in never seen it, because we haven't really seen it all that much. Avalugg, definitely have never seen that Pokemon. Noivern, not bad. Pretty good speed tier. Gets to Frisk the meta, which is a really good. Hurricane for Volcarona. Draco. Flamethrower. Kind of gets walled by Rotom to an extent. We'll put you here. Probably with right here. Right on the strong end of the Switcheroo Squadron. We have quite a few Pokemon to go through. Holy crap, I should have kept going real fast. Gumshoe's never seen it. Crabominable, never seen it. Oricorio, never seen it. Lycanroc, probably decent. This Lycanroc also probably decent. This one slightly better than this one, but not as good as that one. Toxapex, never seen it. It's probably bad. We'll put it in too cheesy. This guy, in 3v3s, probably not bad, but I also have just never seen it. So this is never seen it tier. We're going to try and make videos out of these guys. It's kind of the main thing we're going for. Lurantis, also never seen it. Salazzle, haven't really seen it. Serena, once again, haven't really seen it. Oranguro, I'm going to say a little too cheesy. This guy, probably not bad, but also haven't seen it, so we're going to put you back in the haven't seen it tier with the other Alolan Pokemon. This guy, decent. Kamala, haven't seen it. Greedent, haven't seen it. Corviknight, too cheesy. I hate Corviknight. Dreadnought, haven't seen it, but probably has some decent play. Also, Colossal, haven't seen it. Falapel, haven't seen it. Appleton, haven't seen it. Sandaconda, haven't seen it. Barraskewda, not bad. Toxtricity, also not bad. Used it when the game first came out. Really good. Hatterene, really good. Really good Hatterene. I kind of want to just put you at the top of decent. I haven't used it myself. Yeah, I'll put you right there. But it's really good against the meta. Dragons are aplenty. Tanky Hatterene sets are running rampant, and they're running well. There's probably a set out there that can beat a Volcarona, I'm sure. If that's what it wants to do on some Psyshock shenanigans with maybe Terra Psychic or Terra something that resists Fire Dance. I'm not sure. But I've seen a lot of Hatterene play. I haven't went against a lot of Hatterenes, but I've seen a lot of Hatterene gameplay. So we're going to put it in decent. Phalanx, haven't seen it. Pincurchin, haven't seen it. But once the Paradox Mons come out, oh boy, watch this man's usage rise. Frostmoth, also haven't seen it. Stonejourner, used it once. It was fun, but outside of that, haven't seen it. Ice Cube, haven't seen it. The Indeeders, both of them will put in the decent tier because they're not bad. I've pretty much been the only one that I've seen use it. Also haven't seen Copperage. Young Big Backs, we're going to put in the really good tier right at the top. Can kind of just lead off against a lot of teams and just win. Against the meta, it does really well, like, against everything not named Dondozo or Garganical. So I really like putting Bax Caliber here. Terra Ghost is really reliable. Terra Ice, when the game first came out, was really good for people. I've seen a lot of Terra Electrics running around. Even Terra Grounds have been really popular for whatever reason. I don't know what that's supposed to beat. Maybe Skelly Dirge? I'm not sure, but regardless. Altaria, haven't seen too much of Altaria. Same with Ampharos. Armor Rouge is really good, but I think I'm going to put it at the tip-top of decent. Probably right there. Bellybolt, haven't really seen it that much, but it's decent. Right at the end of decent. Blissey, never seen it. Bombardier, almost never seen it. Cerulege is probably right at the end of really good. I think Cerulege will get a lot more play once the Paradox Mons come out for whatever reason, because of Shadow Sneak for Fluttermane. But as of right now, it's still pretty decent. Bulk Up, Taunt is a really good set that I've seen running around. Shadow Sneak for Dragapult is really good. Fizdef Bitterblade for the cat is also really good. It's Terra typing. Being able to change its Terra typing is also really... I've seen Grass pop off with Flash Fire. I've seen Bug, for whatever reason, do really well. I don't know why, but yeah, that's a set I've seen. Clodsire, a little too cheesy. Dash Bun, never really seen it, but probably has a niche. Same with Bruxious, never really seen it. Why is that the only one with a white background? I do not know. That's not allowed yet. Farigiraf, not bad, not good, not bad. We'll put you like right here in between the Indeedis. Can I put him? There we go. Gardevoir, really good. I want to say probably just as good as Gallade. And a little bit better than the bird. And probably put the bird down here. Gengar. We used Gengar a little bit on stream the other day. You saw it was pretty decent. Nothing crazy. Probably can just hang with the other Switcheroomons if I had to guess. We'll put you like down here with these Switcheroomons. Glaceon. Never really seen it, but probably has a decent niche. We'll put you in the decent tier. Houndstone also has a niche with Last Respect, so we'll leave that there. Low Kicks, also a decent Pokemon, but haven't really seen too much of it. Mabalstiff, haven't seen it. Mousehold, some would say is really good. I wouldn't, but hey, Technician boosted King's Rock, Rocky Helmet shenanigans I guess is really good for some people. Medicham, haven't really seen it too much, but I'm sure it has a pretty good niche. The one time we did see it, it kind of destroyed us. Annihilate, we're going to put in the really good spot, and we're going to put it right behind Azu. Its Taunt bulk up set is pretty insane. It also gets Scarf Final Gambit, can Terrorastral, making it resist anything. Max Spadef, Max HP sets are really insane to try and break down. Rage Fist getting boosted by every hit is just also insane. Annihilate is just really, really, really strong, and can definitely see it popping off against a lot of Pokemon. Can mess around and end up like 1v1ing the walls it's not supposed to by just being able to stack Rage Fist, so it's kind of crazy. Arboliva, when I use this Pokemon, I had so much fun with it. We're putting it at the tip top of decent. I did not think Arboliva was gonna surprise me as much as it did, but it did. It was such a good Pokemon. I loved it. I ended up using like a Super Fizz Def with Strength Sap and Seed Sower, and oh man, was it good. It hits really hard. Bramble Gas, never seen it. You are not allowed. Dunsparce, also never really seen it. Kilowattrel, we'll put in decent. Not too good. This guy is really good. Yesterday, we saw it live on stream. Live way too many hits. It's almost in the meta, right at the tail end of the meta, because a lot of people are running this Pokemon to deal with things like Polt, and potentially Meowscarada without Brick Break and Goldengo. But I'm gonna put it like right at the top of really good, right after Baxcalibur. Yeah. Oinkologne, never really seen it. This guy, Moody, is insane. So we'll put you right at the end there. Screamtail is not allowed. This guy's never really seen it. Earthworm, never really seen it, but I'm sure it has a decent niche. Voltorb, never really seen it. Sudowoodo, never really seen it. Fortress, same with you. Heracross, I tried using it and it was pretty bad, but I also have never really seen it. Houndoom, never really seen it. Donphan, we saw it once, but outside of that, never really seen it. This guy, T-Tar, pretty good Pokemon. It's the other sand setter that's not that's not Hippowdon, which is really, really good. So we'll put you down here with these guys. Raichu, have never really seen it except for a few times, but I'm sure it's decent. It's one of the only electric types in the game outside that isn't a Rotom. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Slacking, never seen it, but the one time me and the boys did use it, it popped off. Same with Hariyama. We're putting you right next to the Trick Room abuser, because that's how good you're as good as your Trick Room user is. You know what I mean? That's pretty much how it goes. Swalot, same thing, never really seen it. Cacturne, I'm gonna show you a lot of good Cacturne play in Series 2, man. Sandvale, Bright Powder Cacturne is insane. SD Trailblaze Power Trip. That's all you need to know. Zangoose, never really seen it. Seviper we'll put next to Zangoose because they're besties. Wishcash, same thing. This guy's ass. Glalie could have some sort of play, but I don't see it. Luxray, never really seen it. Wigglytuff, never really seen it either. Vespiquen. Floatzel, we'll put in decent right at the tail end because it's not bad. Drifblim. The one time I saw it, it was bad, so we're not going to put that there. Skuntank, never really seen it. Bronzong, never really seen it. Spiritomb, never really seen it. Abomasnow, the only hail setter in the game, so for that reason, we will be putting it in decent. Can get up Veil, is really good. Can set up Snow Cloak for Frostlass. Can set up for Titan. All that good stuff. Weavile, never really seen it in 3v3s. This guy is really good. We'll put you right at the tail end there. Magnezone, AV, Sturdy, anything. It's just a good set. Can nuke these guys. Can nuke these walls pretty strongly. And I really like it. Can stop Bullet Punch. Can stop E-Speed. Dougie, never really seen it. Persian, never really seen it. Golduck, never really seen it. Arcanine, haven't really seen it. But we'll put you right at the tail end. Same with Slowbro, but someone was telling me yesterday that it has a pretty good niche, so we'll put that there just for them. Muck, put you next to Swalot. Hypno, put you next to that. Palmot, actually pretty good. We'll put you probably above, probably right next to Gallade. Nope, right after these guys. Yep, that seems about best. I like Terra Electric Palmot, not too bad. So Titan. I'm going to put you right above Abomasnow, because you have your place even without the homie. I saw Mario B33 popping off with just getting up webs, and Titan was able to like just do a lot of things. Cyclizar, almost, once again, at the beginning of week 1, if you would ask me, meta-defining, but as it's progressed, it's only really decent, and only because it can shed tail. That's kind of really the only reason why. Cloth, never really seen it. Water Tauros, probably just as good as regular Tauros, with, I want to say, a little bit less play. I'm actually going to end up putting it in decent. But we'll put it like right next to this guy. Probably seen a little bit less play than its fire counterpart, if I had to guess. But the bulky water part, the bulky water one is definitely more prevalent than the offensive fire type. But regardless, in my opinion, I like the fire better. So I'm going to put the fire in really good and put the water in decent. That's kind of my only reasoning. Quaquaval, I'm sure, has its place in the decent tier for sure. We'll put you next to the other Moxie Sweepers. Right there. Probably a little too high if I'm being honest, actually. I haven't really used it all that much. So I'll put you next to this Moxie Sweeper. Reveroom, really bad. I'm going to put it in the decent tier right at the tail end. Just bad. Spidops, never really seen it besides Mario. Tatsugiri, same thing, just really bad. Tinkaton, probably decent. Put at the tail end of decent. Toadskruel, same thing. Can spore, and you know the only mon in the game that can spore, the Pokemon that I'm thinking about, and also never really seen Wiglet. So this is the tier list. I'm gonna edit the little thing so that you can see the whole thing in one go. Okay, never mind. You're not gonna be able to see it in one go, but this is essentially like the top of the list. You know what I mean? The too cheesy tier list is just my own personal opinion. It's good. These are good Pokemon, but I don't like using them. They're a little too cheesy. Umbreon is probably like right at the top of this, and then Yooo above Yooo. And I haven't really seen Alolan all that much. And honestly, Lilligant could probably be put in the decent tier. And yeah, we're gonna end up putting in the decent tier at the end. But yeah, all these Pokemon in decent, I've used slightly. Electros is probably like I haven't used that really. Toadskruel I haven't used, but everything in the never seen it tier. Expect videos with these Pokemon coming out in the near future. I'll make it work somehow. Might even use them live on stream later today, which I do plan on doing more 3v3, especially since we did not getting a 3v3 video today. We're getting the 3v3 tier list. But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you agree with my tier list? Do you think you have a better one? If you do, you know, post the link, dude. Let me know. I really think this is a very strongly opinionated tier list, but also pretty accurate. The meta tier list is definitely very accurate. Probably the only Pokemon I would even consider taking off is Palafin, because I haven't really seen too much of it, but when the game first came out I saw a lot of it, and which is what made Dondozo on my radar. Initially I was like, I need a water resist, and there it was. But yeah, man, let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see more videos like this in the future, how you enjoyed it, what, like I already said, do you agree with it? Let me know what mons you would put in what tiers, and yeah, we'll see you all in the next one. If you all like what you saw and you saw what you like, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.